Friday, 4:30 PM. Just my luck that now I have to deal with this rundown house on top of everything else on my plate. When the lawyer called me, saying that my aunt had died and left me this house out in the middle of nowhere, I almost refused the offer. Now that I'm sitting inside it, I wish I had. I'm on the couch in the living room right now, listening to the drip of the rusty pipes and the crack of the walls as the house shifts in the breeze. The entire place gives me the creeps, and the Catholic pictures and candles plastering each wall do nothing to change that feeling. I don't know why my aunt would leave the house to me, of all people. I'd only met her once in my entire life. I guess when my dad passed away, I was probably her last living blood relative. So she probably looked around and knew no one, so she put me down as the inheritor of her incredible fortune. What a joke. A whole $328, and a house that would cost me more in property taxes than it's worth on the market. I have my psychology dissertation to prepare for, and I just don't have an extra 10 hours a week to deal with all this shit. On the bright side, I have a place to stay rent-free for a few weeks while I work through selling the property. Saturday, 6 PM. I pulled down most of the bizarre religious images in the house today, and I started deep cleaning, only to give up after a few hours. This house needs everything replaced. I might just schedule it for a demolition, who knows? The house sits a little under a mile from the highway, and I have to walk along the road for 10 minutes to get up here each time. I could open up the gate and drive, but the road leading up here is made of dirt and gravel. I'm worried about the possibility of my car getting stuck if I even tried driving it up here. I recorded some of the walk up to the house for my records and to show any potential buyers. Sunday, 11:30 AM. I think there's an animal problem in this area. Late last night I heard something knocking at my door. It couldn't be a person, I'm way too far from the road. When I answered the door, there was nothing there. Soon after, I started hearing tapping noises on my window. It's gotta be something like a raccoon, or worst case, a bear. I'd made some pizza in the oven that night, and they probably just smelt it. Probably. This morning I found my aunt's journal in a drawer. It was hard to read because she kept interrupting herself to reference Bible verses. I think she must have had paranoid schizophrenia, because she kept referring to verses about protection from evil. She kept rambling on about how she thought that she shouldn't leave the house, shit like that. It was fascinating how the human mind can just fabricate situations like my aunt's. Apparently she thought that plastering the walls with religious imagery and candles would protect her from some evil force that was after her. Maybe I should find a way to reference that in my dissertation. I wonder if it's something they would go for. Sunday, 11 PM. I saw something outside tonight. I think. I'm writing this from my bed and my heart is still beating pretty fast. I'd opened my front door to throw a bag of trash out, and I saw a figure standing on a hill about 100 feet away. It was dark, but I'm sure I saw it. It looked like the silhouette of a woman, dressed all in black. She was facing my direction. When it was clear that I was staring at her, she turned around and walked away. What in the world is going on? Why would a random woman come all the way out here? Sunday, 3:47 AM. She knew. She knew I didn't know about her. She knew I had torn down most of the pictures. She came into the house. I woke up to the sound of my front door swinging open violently, and I thought it must have been the wind, but the back of my mind flashed to the woman from earlier. I had grabbed my phone to use as a light, but accidentally double-tapped the home button, which opened up my camera app. I stumbled into the hallway of the house walked towards the door. I pressed the picture button to light up the room with the flash. And I saw her for a split second. She was standing in the doorway of the house, head cocked to the side, grinning like a madwoman. She started shambling towards me. I stumbled back. I ran out of the house. I ran down the road back to my car, cutting my bare feet on the thorns and rocks. And I drove. I drove until I reached my friend's place where I'm typing all this. I still have the picture I took of her. I'm never going back there. Tomorrow I'm going to call a crew to demolish the house, then I'm going to bury the deed and try to forget this ever happened.